Hey guys, it's me, BB. Today I'm talking about how to screen applicants, how to screen the potential tenants that want to live in your building. First thing to keep in mind is that the screening process really starts at the beginning when you advertise a unit for rent, then you call them back, schedule the showing, then there'll be an application, then you do the screening. Most people just focus on that last bit. I want to talk about the whole thing because really you're screening that entire time and they're screening you, okay? And they're screening you and your property. So the first thing you got to do here is figure out what is going to be your rental criteria. What is required to live in one of your buildings for a potential tenant, okay? And then you write it down. We have it here, ours says, all applicants must meet the following minimum qualifications for tenancy. Okay, this is the baseline. This is, you gotta be at least here. We're gonna draw the line here, okay? We have a free download. It gives you all the different criteria that you wanna consider. Most common are income, credit score, criminal background, this sort of thing. And a bunch of questions that you need to be able to answer when people ask them, okay? Second thing you're gonna do is figure out your process. How's it gonna work? They look at an ad, probably online, then what do? They call, they email, can they do both? Can they text? How are they gonna get in contact with you? What's gonna happen, okay? Then you gotta call them back, right? And this is a very important piece right here. When you call them back or email them back, have a set of pre-qualification questions that you ask them to make sure that they read the qualification this on the advertisement. Okay, so that's the first time you gave them the qualification requirements. The second time is on the phone when you're calling them back, or on the email when you email them back, and you say, you know, just to reiterate, these are the requirements, these are the building rules, you know, we don't allow dogs or whatever the case is, so that you make sure that they're a good fit for the building, okay? A lot of times they'll self-select out and they'll go, oh, what am I thinking? I have a dog. I can't live there, or whatever the case is, okay? So they'll screen themselves out. So then you don't even have to get to the third stage. Next, you come to a showing. Now they're here in person. That means they went through phase 1, they went through phase 2, your pre-qualification, and then phase 3 is they're actually here for the showing. If they're at that point, you're now going to have a disclosure notice that explains again the application criteria, the application process. How are you going to fill out an application? Can I do it online? Can I do it, you know, is it paper? How does it work? What's the fees? And then we do a holding deposit. Okay, so we'll hold the unit, how long you're going to hold it for, what happens if you're declined, what happens if you change your mind, or whatever the case is, okay? Your holding deposit and your policy there, the whole thing here, and then they sign. Now what's really important on this document is at the bottom it says, we certify that we've read and understand the above disclosure and hereby authorize Olympic View Property Services to verify my credit, employment, and rental history. Okay, so now they've submitted the application, or they're gonna go home and fill it out online, or however it's gonna go, and now you have this written, signed document. So when you go to the previous landlord or the previous property management company and they say, we're not gonna release any information without written release, you can say, oh, I have it right here, and you can email it over to them, and then they will answer your questions. So that brings us to the actual screening. Okay, so you're going to screen for income, you're going to screen for credit, criminal background. Okay, you're going to need some sort of service to do the credit and criminal background. We use Buildium's system. There's a billion out there. Find one, and then call the previous landlord. I can't believe how many people do not call the previous landlord. Okay, call the previous landlord and have a couple set questions. We have some questions also in the free download that you can use. I'm sure you can find other ones. There's a million out there, but just have a set that you're always going to ask the same people. The most important part of the whole thing, of the whole screening process, is that every single person is treated exactly the same throughout the entire process. Okay, so you have to give everyone the equal opportunity to apply and rent your units. And by having a set criteria written down, you will never deviate from that. It's also, so it's going to protect you legally, and it's also going to protect you emotionally. You're not going to fall in love with somebody and then just skirt your own rules because it's written. You can't go back on your own contract Because if you do that in front of this tenant, then the lease is pretty much nothing. The move-in condition report is pretty much nothing because they know that you don't value written documents. So you're never going to do that. So you're protecting yourself legally, and you're protecting yourself from your emotions that can come up from time to time, and you're going to stay hard and fast to your rules, which is the most fair, ethical way to go about screening your tenants. I hope this helps. There'll be more information in the blog post and in the download. Thanks for watching.